And welcome back to some more Valpo versus Manchester LAN action. Super happy to have the team in here in person. Really cool experience. So heading into this best of five in Overwatch here, Valpo is 2-3 in the GLEC at the moment, and Manchester is 2-1. So Valpo have a couple more games under their belt, but also a couple more losses here. Taking a look at the starting lineup here, we do have CQ9 and Era J. Starting off on support, Kirakuki going to be on that hazard on tank, and then L and Fusic as the DPSs for Valpo. For Manchester, going to have Bread, Wannabe Gamer, Droopy, John Braun, and UB Sweat. It's actually some fire tags from Manchester. Manchester will get first control of point here. Do always love to watch Fusic on this Genji. Pleasure to have be able to watch him play today. Kirakuki on this hazard, so hazard something that you typically see on this first one in Lijiang Tower. Not 100% sure what the bans were, but Valpo's pick. Manchester did have the first ban, and then Valpo got to pick Lijiang Tower. So we are on Valpo's map choice here. And actually have CQ9 on the Juno and the Kiriko being piloted by AirJ here. So typically see AirJ on that Juno and then CQ9 on something else. Kind of be a reverse order this time. Valpo coming from the side here. Looking for a bit of a flank. Does get spotted out and stalled by that hazard. Unfortunately, L and AeroJ will go down early in that fight. Kirakuki does have ult available. Likely going to have to hold on to it. Bread finds a double onto Fusic, and Juno did have Fusic swap to that Tracer as well. Going to see this Shojin gameplay by L. Saw a lot of great Shojin gameplay last night with in that varsity NECC game. Do have Kirakuki using ult here, so Valpo making their final contest here as Manchester's up to 95%. Kirakuki does go down, Fusic goes down as well, AeroJ goes down, so 3 members down, 4 members down for Valpo. CQ9 will be able to get the touch in, but will he be able to survive? No. And that is going to be a team kill for Manchester, and they are going to cleanly take the first point here on control point. So getting a 100% cap with 0 contest there from Valpo. Manchester coming out hot here.
The Hashimoto are a massive force, with a lot more firepower than a gang of.
Are gonna stick on the same team comp. Only thing is starting out with this Tracer this time versus the Genji.
Fighting smarter.
Now starting the second map here on Lijiang Tower. Do have a Lucio now for Droopy, as well as that Shojin, Genji, Juno, and Hazard. So I'm going to have a bit of a similar comp here. Only difference is that more aggressive support lineup for Manchester, as they will have that Lucio, and then going to have the Genji, which is going to be more of a true dive. But L actually did swap to Genji there. So Valpo going to be playing a very heavy dive, very heavy get on your backline kind of team here. Manchester is going to get control of point here. RJ does get picked off by Bread there. Kirakuki able to trade one back though. L does go down. Fusic able to trade one back. So a lot of members being killed on both sides, but still even here in this fight. We'll take a look at Fusic on the back line here. Drop really low to get that rewind. Valpo now capping point. Not able to get the full cap, still contested here by Manchester. Unfortunately, a great shot by Shojin. on the Fusic. This point still is contested for Valpo as L does pick up a kill, but both support and tank down for Valpo, so going to be at disadvantage here. F Pulse ready to go here. L does get a headshot by the Genji. Valpo unfortunately going to have to give up that cap intent. We're super close to getting the cap. Chester here at 80%. Valpo needs to find their move in now. The economy wise, still favoring Manchester here. Do have Tracer, Pulse available, and Ray available now. We'll see that Ray being used. Fusic using that Pulse Bomb there. And their Juno able to find 2 kills, and Valpo so far down several members in this team fight. Valpo is ultimately able to get the capture and will get their first percent going on Lijiang Tower. Unfortunately getting picked off there. Will have gates available and will use the Kitsune immediately here to try and get this touch in. Do have the Shojin for Manchester finding some great shots with their ultimate. CQ9 able to get the touch in. Unfortunately having trouble finding a Valpo member alive here. There's Kirakuki still on point, does go down. And Tracer able to get the touch in here. Does rewind. See if they have enough blinks to do it again. Some great job buying some time for Valpo here, but not able to get it even with the Lucio there. That will be game 1 heading over to Manchester. We're going to take a look at the play of the game here. It is going to be Bread on this Hazard. Shot on the L there. And great play by the Hazard there. Manchester able to take game 1 in this series on Lijiang Tower. So best of 5 series here. Manchester coming off strong in game 1. And we'll see how Valpo is able to respond after this short break. We are back with game 2 here of this best of 3 series on Circuit Royale. Valpo having a rough game 1 here, looking to bounce back on Circuit Royale, going to start out on attack here. We do have Fusic on this Widow, so as always will be the person we're specking at the beginning of this round here. Always love to watch the Widow.
You can say hi yourself.
Be looking for an early pick here to help aid this push. Manchester with a potential swap here. I believe their DPS wannabe gamer might be a new player this game. But Valpo rocking with the same lineup here and going to have a similar comp, but we'll swap up their tank and then we'll swap up these DPS a bit, get a Hanzo and the Widowmaker, so going to get a lot more range on their DPSs, while Manchester here still kind of sticking with that dive comp. We'll have the Genji and Cassidy. So Valpo able to get some early push here, but will finally get kind of stopped here. See Kirikuki on the front line trying to work down. L did find a kill on the Genji, so that's going to be big as Manchester's going to be down DPS here for this fight. L able to find another one on the bread. L with the first 2 kills of this game, finding some great shots on this Hanzo. Group here. Be wary of these snipers. Unfortunately getting picked off L as well, so both DPS is down for Valpo. RJ goes down as well, so Manchester will wipe this team fight, and that will be a team kill for Manchester. We're going to see a swap here to the Reaper and the Shojin, so swapping up their DPS lineup here for Valpo. They are kind of pushed through that initial long section. That distance not going to be as important. Staying with the same support lineup here, going to have that Juno and Kiriko. Valpo with 1:45 here to get back to point. We do have Raid coming out for Manchester. We have a Ray available for Valpo, but not going to be able to get it off. That will almost be a team kill. 4 members down for Valpo. Fusic will last remaining alive here.
That feels much better.
Valpo, decent ult econ now, going to have approaching 4 here for this next team fight, so going to be having that advantage out in the next team fight, but Manchester almost having that beat drop online as well. Valpo with a minute left here to get to this first point. We have Ray being used here. See what else Valpo decides to commit. Is able to find a pick onto UB Sweating. Have the tank from Manchester going in deep there, using the ultimate. You have several ultimates being committed from Manchester here. Kirikuki does have ult available, will likely need to pop it. But with both DPSs down for Valpo, they're going to have to back off again and try and regroup, and they will have one more chance at another team fight here.
Kill them all and get the payload.
10 seconds left here. Valpo needs to get a touch in. They are forced to win essentially every team fight now. L unfortunately does get picked off while using that Reaper ult. Kirikuki using ult in here, going in deep. Gates will open for Valpo. You have a Ray being used as a counter ult for Manchester. Kuki was able to pick one onto the Lucio. Red able to trade one back on AJ. Both supports down for Valpo, and that is going to be scary without the healing, but Fusic able to find 2 there. Valpo will win this team fight. Fusic able to find a 3K. We'll see if Manchester decides to get a touch in here or not. Will be contested. Will get the touch on the Lucio. Wasn't advisable though because kind of gets picked off for it. Tick able to find one on the Genji here. L being traded back at Cassidy. AJ finding one on UB Sweating. Uppo with advantage here, up one member here in this fight. So Manchester gonna have to back off once again, and Valpo starting to get some distance here. Valpo just trying to work up this this little hill here. Multi-economy pretty low for both teams, but Valpo does have Q6 ultimate available. Unfortunately, RJ does get picked off early in this fight. L goes down as well. Valpo going to be at disadvantage. Do have more time on the clock now, so not going to be forced to touch here. Cookie will go down. CQ9 last member will die and kind of get staggered a little bit there, so bit unfortunate. We'll have Ray available and Shojin ult for the next fight. Macho will have ult for the side of Manchester. With a minute left here to work with. We have the Ray being committed by CQ9 for this fight. We have V-Drop and Ramachal and Ray for Manchester. Do find the pick on Wannabe Gamer. Ults start to come out. Fusic able to find another one on the Juno. Unfortunately falls down here. We get back in the fight with AJ here. Kuki able to pick one up on Bread, so tank goes down for Manchester, as well as a DPS and support. Oppo able to get even some more distance here towards this second checkpoint. 10 seconds left here. Manchester will get the contest in here. We have several ultimates. Genji will pop the ultimate for Manchester as well as V-Drop. L goes down for Valpo from Wannabe Gamer. That Genji from Manchester. Do have Kitsune coming out for Valpo. Wannabe Gamer finding another one. Going to have 2 here so far in this fight. Both DPSs and both supports down for Valpo. Kuki will shortly fall. That will do it for attack for Valpo. So able to get that first point was big, because they almost got stopped short of that first point, but almost able to reach second point. So be 1-0, flipping sides to defense now.
Hardens.
Initiating match.
Oppo here down 1-0 in the game, but currently up 1-0 in the series. Or excuse me, Manchester up 1-0 in the series, but currently up 1-0 in this specific game. Going to be heading to defense, and Circuit Royale going to be a tough map on defense here. Is I do see a lot of full pushes on this map. But in NACC Overwatch last night, we did see a full push from both sides here.
It is surprising that you would resist freedom.
Gonna have this from Matra, Cassidy, Sojin for the DPSs, and then gonna stick on this Juno and Kiriko. We have a Roadhog for Manchester. Okay, going to swap to the Ramatra, never mind. Genji, Lucio, Widow, and
They might try something.
not sure who that character is.
5, 4,
Anyways, point going to unlock here in just a second.
Shield you for now,
Watch out for this Widow from Manchester as it does get spotted out.
and you will not fail.
And Ella Fusick playing this very long angle here. Ella unfortunately getting dived on here and will die to the Genji. Valpo is starting to give up some space here early. That pick gonna have to back off a little bit.
Railgun still at full power. Railgun powered and ready to fire. Area denied.
Kuki does go down here and Valpo going to give up first point, so Manchester has 5 minutes and 20 seconds to get to this gold square here. That's where Valpo is able to get to on attack. Valpo's starting to work up to these ultimates though. Gonna have to make a hold for 5 minutes and not give up much space here, so going to be quite a difficult task. We have Bread picking up kill on Else. I'll go down early in this fight. Bread finding another to be able to trade one back, but Manchester well in advantage here in this fight.
They still haven't seen my ace.
Valpo going to be forced to get a touch in here. Are very close to several ultimates here.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
We have El go down as he was trying to get the touch in, and Valpo unfortunately C9's not able to get the touch on that point, and that will do it for game 2 of this best of 5 series. So Manchester going up 2-0.
Play of the game.
In a game will be UV sweating on this Cassidy for Manchester. Shot finds a kill on the Hanzo. Oh, and going to find a 3K. So Manchester going to be up 2-0 now in this series. Sorry, just adjusting the scoreboard, but we will be right back with game 3 of this best of 5 series. And we are back with Game 3 of Valpo versus Manchester. Sorry about that delay, not sure what took so long. But we are back now with Game 3.
There is water everywhere. Is that not a safety hazard?
Manchester with some strong performances in Game 1 and Game 2. But Valpo looking to bounce back, switching up their comp a little bit. Going to be switching off that Hazard and Ramacha, and now going to be on this Diva for Karakuki. Valpo going to start off on attack here. We have a dive comp once again for Manchester. So a lot of trading back and forth so far, but no kills have happened yet. Karakuki trying to dive on the backline here. Manchester sitting on point here. Valpo trying to make their move. Do have Ramacha going in deep for Manchester, able to find the melee onto CQ9. Manchester going to make the first move here, find AeroJ as well, and that will be both supports down and DPS, and Baby Diva. Looks like they're trying to stagger this Baby Diva, and will just be forced to jump off there. We're going to have to wait for Tank here to spawn. Back now.
I aim to devastate.
We have the Widow tick now. Trying to find an early pick in this fight.
Could my dance count now be?
We have the Tracer forward piece secure. L does find a shot on Derby there. Able to get the stick and take down UB Sweat. Valpo an advantage in this team fight. Kuki does have ult available, waiting for some healing from the supports. Music does go down here. Valpo with 1:45 left to get to this first point, extend their time. Left here, Manchester with the ulti-con advantage here. PS for Valpo are quite low on their charges. We will get a remake ult here. Gonna find one. Find a kill on the gate. MG. You have Ray coming out for both teams. RJ picking up 2 here. Valpo will win that team fight. Lucio just forced to drop off to try to avoid that stacker. Valpo approaching point with less than a minute left. Manchester looking to make their contest here. Have Briggle coming out. Brig unfortunately does drop. L was able to find one on the Genji though. Getting knocked out into Baby Diva here. Tricky. Oh, able to find a kill, but not able to fully charge up. Tank does, but not able to find the stick, unfortunately. Valpo with 20 seconds here. We'll maybe have a Reaper ult available, but that's about it. Multi economy heavily in favor of Manchester here as they have 3 available. And that is not going to bode well for Valpo as they need to touch a point here. Gets the Reaper ultimate available. We'll see the TP in and the ult. Ella unfortunately gets picked off, and that's going to be bad for Valpo. Wasn't even able to get the ult off. RJ gets picked by the Shojin ult. Down. Do have Diva available. Not able to remake. Is able to get the touch in, extend this one a little longer. Unfortunately, C9. Valpo wasn't able to get a point there on attack, but able to get 92 meters, so going to hop over to defense now.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Valpo with their last chance in this series, currently down 2-0. See what they're able to do here on defense, but they're going to need a strong hold.
Ready for battle.
We'll have this break Juno support comp now. Fusik swapping over to the Genji.
Don't be afraid to ask for help out there.
I have a Reinhardt actually for Manchester's tank here. Tank there. Don't often see it on this map. Valpo will have to hold them here. What I believe is 5 minutes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
I have this Diva for Karakuki.
We can't let them keep pushing. Stop that payload.
Spot out the Widow now. Saw that shot come across.
Area denied.
Karakuki does find a kill on the Droopy there. And is able to get out. Let's go down to Brett. Let's get demec'd and we'll get picked here. Trying to find an angle. Have to give some space here. Has made it quite a bit of distance here. Going to have 3 minutes. This is forward about 20 more meters. Put it deep. Not be able to get healed up there. He's going to have to lose his mech there. Tank goes down, Aero J goes down, DPS goes down, and we just have Fusic and left here. Are able to touch in. That will do it.
Let them keep.
Manchester able to win this one 3-0. Look at the play of the game here. Will be UV sweating on the Shoja.
This ends now. That's 2. On a roll.
Great game to Manchester University. Thank you guys so much for coming in person for this match. Had a really good time. Unfortunately, Valpo does fall in Overwatch 3-0, but we will be back shortly with some League of Legends at 3 o'clock. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day.